All right, welcome back to Food Related. This is a little update of our food forest. I'm going to give you kind of what I'd describe as a 6-year update video, kind of coming into the 6th year. Start with the hothouse here. Lots of produce coming out of here over winter. So we're at the 1st of July at the moment. We've got a red jaboticaba. We've got a carob in here that's going quite well, just bringing that on. Some turmeric down below. We've got Rolina. And we've got some monster tropical papaya. I can't remember what variety this is, but we've been enjoying these throughout the winter. Another jaboticaba in the middle here, and different types of papaya. Now, interestingly, I chopped this back a few months ago, and already we've got fruit setting at the top, so pretty cool. Got some chilies down below still going. More papaya, jackfruit in the corner. Hopefully that jackfruit's gonna start fruiting. Got a star fruit here, carambola. A little bit tall at the moment, but hopefully plant that one out in spring. Grafted jabo, Paulina in the corner. Got a couple of Davidson plums here that probably need to be either planted out or moved on. What have we got down here? Rack my brains. Oh yeah, sapodilla. Planted it in the hothouse because probably a bit risky where we are. We get 1 or 2 frosts every winter. Another jaboticaba in the ground in the hothouse. It's not a dwarf variety, but it's a red. So what we'll do is, as soon as we get up near the top, we'll top it and hopefully encourage it to fruit. Got a miracle fruit here. Another star fruit. So this one's in the ground in the hothouse, and it's growing probably twice as fast as the one at the back in the pot. So hopefully we'll get some fruit off that. I'm going to train it and kind of run it along the edge of the hothouse. Just got some potted up jabo seedlings, some soursop which we'll plant out in the spring and graft onto. So yeah, the hothouse is going really well, given that we're in midwinter and we're still pumping out decent sized tropical papaya. You know, it's pretty happy. We're at the 1st of July at the moment. Had the door open a while, but we're still at 20 degrees Celsius or 70 degrees Fahrenheit, so pretty cool. All right, so out into the food forest, and we've got some guayuvi. Never pronounced that right. No berries yet, hopefully in the spring. So this first row, we've got avocado, we've got bananas. I've cut these back, and you can see the whole food forest is a pretty brutal chop back. We've got some coffee in here, longan. Now I've started planting some eucalypt, just as a chop and drops, kind of getting into like an agroforestry kind of redo, I guess you could almost say. Tamarillos are going absolutely bonkers. Had heaps of fruit off there, giving it away. And if we follow this row, there would normally be a row up here, but I kind of let it go a bit. We've got another avocado, more bananas, avos, more bananas, and you can see I probably still need to chop back some of these bananas. I've been letting it go a little bit too far. Another avo in here that's doing really well. And as we scan around here, we've got tropical guava in here with plenty of fruit on. So this corner is usually the most sheltered, and we've got Rainbow Valley pawpaw, babacal. Got a native corfi in the corner here, which is a nitrogen fixer. Coffee in the corner, a heap of tithonia through here, and I've kind of let it grow up as it acts as a bit of a wind barrier. We have southwesterlies that go this way, and we've got our like veggie gardens just behind, so acts as quite a good little wind barrier. And this corner is a really good sun trap. Still got fruit coming off this Rainbow Valley pawpaw, even though it's lost most of its leaves. You know, still really, really good. So as we come back this way, we've got a dwarf Cavendish variety, really, really prolific. Beautiful little philodendron. Shout out to Ben for the cutting for that one. More bananas just everywhere, and we've been eating bananas, you know, throughout the year. Doesn't really seem to matter. Now, excitingly, we've got a jaboticaba in here, which is growing really well, a large leaf under cover, so it's got a little bit of shade. I've got a heap of cherimoya on this tree here, surviving some of the winter storms. White sapote, which we've grafted on here. Might need to train that up a little bit. I might have to cut some of the old growth back off. We actually chopped it right back, so I kind of had a sapote from seed in the ground just to get like that rootstock in the ground and then grafting onto it. More cherimoya here and here. More eucalypt. Got some rosecap hibiscus. Nice flowers. You can see there's one coming on just down there. Really nice to eat. And as we track back down this row, we got some more coffee. Got a black sapote. This plant here is a perennial chili. Just gives us chilies 24/7 all throughout the year. And our berry beds here need a bit of work. Kikuyu has taken over. A carob in the middle here. And as we swing round here, on this next row, Kikuyu has taken over. I will probably mow down here pretty soon. More of that perennial chili. Got another eucalypt, some citrus. On this side, we've got mandarins, got elderberries, mulberries in the background. So this will get a little trim. We've got some rhubarb in here. Need to probably put some other plants in the understory here. Got a date plum. And as we go down this row, some more rhubarb. Did have narangilla in here. I'm hoping it'll come back. We've got a tangelo, cross between a tangerine and something else. I've forgotten. Another tropical guava here. This one does quite well. This must be better sun aspect perhaps than the other one. As I spin down this row, kind of got a bit of a mess here going on. There were some plants in here, but just kind of let this take over. Got a native corphi in here. Got some little avos popping up, which will kind of have seed in the ground. So rootstock in the ground, and then we'll graft onto it. Got some fig, another mulberry, a prune tree in here. You can see we've given this a pretty severe trim. And although it's winter, the Tithonia will probably bounce back in a few weeks quite easily. So I'll just spin round again. So we've got Monstera in the corner, a bit more elderberry, a big stand of Tithonia here, got heaps of insects. And again, I kind of keep this stand nice and tall, and just trim it back here, gives us a good windbreak. So luckily for me, I've put lots of signs because I keep forgetting what we've got. We've got nectarines, had some good nectarines off this the last season. Cherry the Rio Grande in here, just hanging on, might need to move that. We'll see. Lucuma, we had flowers this year, hoping to get fruit next year. I wasn't really that proactive in trying to hand set it. Spinning around, we got a pear, another cherimoya in here. Now cherry, I managed to chop down the sign. Hopefully this cherry will set fruit this year. We've got nice and big, might have to top it just to encourage it. Another avocado in here. Now this back row was going to be nuts originally, and it still might be. This Tithonia kind of was taking over, but we can maybe chop that right back, kill it. We've got our natives behind, so hopefully that will act as a bit of a windbreak. It's quite a good sun trap up in this corner. As we spin round here to the next row, this Granny Smith apple seems to do really well. More eucalypt, an inga bean as a nitrogen fixer, and a bit of chop and drop. I pruned it back to suit. Another apple tree here, that did really well. We've got on the other row here, we've got a Louisa plum that does really well here in the north. Now this white sapote in the middle, we grafted onto it here, and you can see the new two grafts here and here. Now I think just as winter goes on, I'll just allow this to stay, just to act as a bit of a cover for the new growth, and then once spring rolls around, I'll chop these off so to promote the new growth here. And we've got another pear, bit of eucalypt here in the corner. There's a little avocado popping up in the background here. Usually those are seeds that I've just chucked in and we use as the rootstock. A bit more pears here, Nashi pear. As you can see, we did a real brutal chop the last couple of days. Chinese dogwood, sadly, I accidentally chopped off, so hopefully that will come back. It's still hanging on, still alive. Another cherimoya rootstock, going to graft onto that. And just spinning down this last row, we've got a couple of rose apples that have really popped up the last couple of years. looking a lot better. This fig is absolutely amazing. Can't quite remember the variety. Maybe we've got it written down here. Bit of bottle brush. Yeah, an Adriatic fig. Absolutely delicious. Pink on the inside. Probably one of the best we've got on the property. As you spin around, still a bit of weeding to go here. These pineapples have absolutely kicked on. And excitingly, we've got a little pineapple in the back here. So we'll probably pick that before the insects get to it. Little passion fruit on the back fence. Put that in ages ago, still hanging on. Another Inga bean. Szechuan peppercorn here. This avocado, we topped it. So that was just a seed avocado. We have had a little bit of fruit off it, but obviously that's inconsistent. So we may chop it right back and graft onto it. More bananas. Just bananas everywhere. And this last row in here, chestnut, didn't do well. Probably too hot in the north. Another avocado rootstock. We'll cut that back and graft onto it in the spring. And our bananas here. These were ice cream bananas. And they did fruit well, but we chopped them right back. Just a real brutal cutback the last couple of days. So that's a little food forest update. You know, about 6 years in the 6th year. Crazy to think this was just a paddock kind of 5 years ago. And yeah, really happy with the fact that any time of year we've got produce to eat out of this space. Any questions, chuck them in the comment section below. Be happy to answer them.